There's not a day that goes by that I don't see someone doing one of my favorite bicep exercises, and that is the dumbbell incline curl. And that makes my heart sing. The only problem is they're fucking it up, and that's not good. So it's my job as a physical therapist to make sure that you do it right, and that starts with you actually doing the exercise. You see, because all these different curls are actually not going to do the same thing that the incline dumbbell curl does, because it more effectively targets that long head of the biceps, the one responsible for that bicep peak. And the best way to do that is to find an exercise that will put that long head on a greater stretch. Well, this exercise does that, but only if you do it right. Let me show you how to do it. And of course, it starts with the angle of the bench, because this is pretty much where everyone gets it wrong before they even do a rep. And that's because they set the angle of the bench way too low. In other words, you don't need to get this far back in an attempt to get your arms back behind your body. It's pretty easy to do. But you can actually test yourself to see if you're going too far for your own body. You see, if in this position, your arms are angled anything but straight down, then you probably don't have the passive flexibility in the long head of the biceps tendon to actually be able to perform the exercise without potential repercussions. So if in this bottom position, your arms are somewhat angled forward here, then you know you don't have that flexibility. So what do? And you see, with just one simple pin adjustment, I'm now able to get that arm vertical to the ground without placing any excess strain on that biceps tendon. So now I'm actually able to make the gains without the pains. Now, how do we start the lift? That's important too, because we don't want to at all move these arms forward to initiate the lift. If you start the exercise by moving the arm forward at all, then you're going to activate the front delt through one of the harder parts of the exercise. Instead, I want you to just think about bending at the elbows. Now, ideally, you're not going to just lift them up and keep going, because at this point, you've taken away the effect of the exercise, because gravity is just going straight down through your forearm and taking away the force being applied to the biceps. Instead, you want to make sure the dumbbells maintain a little bit of a distance away from your body. At that point, though, you don't just stop here. You can lift a little bit with your elbows so you get a little bit of that front delt activation, but at the right time. Because we know a fully flexed bicep is going to supinate, flex at the elbow, and have a little bit of shoulder flexion. Here's a key point though. You don't want to just lift the dumbbells straight up and let them end in a position straight ahead like that. Instead, I want you to bring them closer to your body and try to touch your chest with the inner portions of the dumbbells. Why? Because it activates that long head even more. As I bring the dumbbells up, bring them a little closer to your chest and up against your body just to this point here. What that does is it hits more effectively that outer long head of the biceps. What you see is what you train. If you're training and you see more of the inside of the biceps, that's more short head. If you're training and you see more of the outside of the bicep, that's more long head. This exercise is a long head exercise, so you want to make sure that you're finishing with that arm turned in just a little bit more at the top. Now here's the key. As you go down, do you just let your elbows get down to the bottom, vertical again, and then go back up? Or can you enhance this? There's definitely a way to enhance it by taking advantage of the stretch reflex. So as I get down to the bottom, I know I can apply more of a stretch to the biceps by, number one, pronating the forearms. Right, by pronating, I'm getting the opposite of supination, which gives us more of a bicep stretch. And then by actively contracting the triceps, I can allow the biceps to reflexively relax, get a quick little stretch on them more, and then come out of that position pretty forcefully. Right, take advantage of that stretch reflex. So down, all the way down, pronate, contract, come up, lift right at the elbow here, pull in towards the chest like that, and come back down. Again, I want to see those triceps contract at the bottom, curl up, finish in tight. You can see the outside of that bicep really working hard. Come down, contract, and come up out of it. Slow eccentric on every one of these reps, because you want to take advantage of the elongation and the stretch that we know can be a driver of hypertrophy. One final note, what position do we place our heads? A lot of people think that it has to be plastered against the bench like this. It's just actually uncomfortable. If you look at the exercise, whether my head is there or here, there's no excess strain. As a matter of fact, I think it's less strain to have my head completely vertical, and it makes for a more comfortable exercise. A more comfortable exercise makes for one that you're more likely to do more often. I hope this was helpful, guys. If you're looking for more tutorials, remember, it's not just what exercises you do, but it's how you do them that matters. You can check out how to do the Bulgarian split squat Also, how to do a face pull over here. Guys, complete programs available at ATHLEAN-X.com. Our supplement line, all available on ATHLEAN-X.com. And now, for you guys looking for it, available at Amazon. All right, guys, I hope you found this helpful. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a video when we put one out. See you soon.